A man from Southampton is taking on a 6-month triathlon challenge for charity. Keith Diaper has completed a race every Saturday and Sunday since April and is now just 12 triathlons away from finishing the task. All of his efforts are to raise money and awareness for a cause close to his heart. Our reporter James Pearce visited him at the Southampton Solent University Sports Lab.
For many people, taking on a middle-distance triathlon would be a hard enough task. But imagine taking on 52 of them over 6 months. That's exactly what Keith Diaper has set himself as part of his Iron Cause campaign.
The tri-season runs for 6 months a year, so we thought, let's fill up every weekend. So I went start on the 1st of April, finish on the 24th of September. So we just thought, why not? The middle distance triathlon is a 1.2 mile swim, 56 miles on a bike, and then a 13.1 half marathon. So you're basically looking at 70.3 miles a day, 140.6 miles every weekend, and then I need to go out during the week and do recovery sessions and stuff. I think we're nearly topping about 4,000 miles I've covered so far this year at the moment. When the guys did some studies back at the beginning of this, they said it takes the average athlete 5 weeks to recover from one of these events, let alone doing 2 every weekend. So we knew it was going to be tough, but the mental aspect of getting up every Saturday and Sunday morning and just thinking, oh, I've got to do this, put myself through this again when you're trying to work during the week as well is not the easiest.
The charity challenge has taken Keith to different places across the country, many of which are near his home city of Southampton.
This weekend coming up will be my 3rd one in the New Forest with Race New Forest. Quite like those because I've been with them, done those a few times before. Been to the Cotswolds twice. We've been to Kent recently to do the Owler. We went up to Salisbury and did one up there as well. We've had local clubs help us out. As my club, Hurt Triathlon. We've been they're putting one off me on the 26th, and last weekend I was in Portsmouth with the Portsmouth Triathletes, and we did a one out there, which was lovely.
Despite the gruelling nature of the challenge, the cause that Keith is running for is very close to him and his wife Pippa.
I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is shortened to EDS. I've always been hypermobile. I was told when I was 10, when I first started dislocating, that I was hypermobile, which means all my joints bend backwards. Things sort of deteriorated as years went on, and about 4 years ago I was very poorly, and it's taken quite a while to get the correct diagnosis. But basically my joints are all dislocated, so fingers, over joint, often falling over, hence my crutches. And I suffer badly with fatigue. Pain is incredibly high, so a normal day is sort of sat around sort of 7 out of 10 on pain. When I get to about 9, then I'm housebound and slowly crying in a corner. But it takes its toll on everyday life, and I am very upbeat about it because there's nothing we can do about it. There's very limited medicine I can take. There's no quick cure. So a lot of it is a case of smiling and pushing through.
Keith hasn't just had help from his family though. Students and staff from Southampton Solent University have been involved in the training process and are using the data from his triathlons to inform their studies.
We have a module that our 3rd year students do, and it's designed for students to work with athletes. And what normally happens is we either provide those students with athletes or they go and find some themselves. So for Keith to come to us, we've instantly got someone that students can work with. What you don't often see is a data set from one particular individual spanning across such a challenge. So we've collected as much information as we possibly can. So we've lent some power pedals to Keith, so he's got that on his bike. So we're getting power data from every single ride. We're getting from Keith's watch, we're getting some, the swimming times, swimming velocities, and same with the runs. So we're getting his pacing. And we can monitor that over every single week. We're not necessarily entirely sure what we're going to find, but it's nice to actually have real-time data that we can look back on retrospectively and then see whether that training that the students have provided to Keith's the most appropriate.
With just 12 triathlons left to complete, Keith continues to push himself, but ultimately he hopes that his efforts will raise some money for his charity and motivate others to find out more about hypermobility. James Pearce, That's TV.